Every time you gaze lovingly into your dog's eyes, oxytocin is released. One positive outcome from the pandemic, pet adoption was at a record high. But what's the science between owning a pet and your health?
Come on, boys. Let's go. Come on, Jeff.
Today, I'm here to talk to you about the medical benefits of owning a dog. Okay. The biggest factor for me is stress. I love when their tails are wagging while they eat. And what does stress mean? Stress means many things, not just I feel stressed out, but it's your cardiovascular health. Things like cortisol levels, having decreased cholesterol levels. Let's take a deep dive into each of these with the science and the medicine behind it. Our blood pressure is probably one of the most important factors in our overall health, and millennials aren't thinking about it. And when we understand that owning a pet reduces your blood pressure, that's where we really see the importance here. According to recent analysis from Blue Cross Blue Shield, blood pressure is on the rise fastest among those in the 30s and 40s. That beats out depression, anxiety, diabetes. This is real stuff that we got to be thinking about.
I'm going to go take these guys on their daily walk.
Dog owners often say the best thing about dogs is their unconditional love. But new research suggests there's another benefit too. Dog owners on average walk 22 minutes more per day compared to those who didn't. And they weren't just dawdling, they were actually walking briskly, which had a big effect on their overall cardiovascular health. Dog ownership has a big connection with our health and our physical activity. But what's the science? It's all about endorphins. Endorphins are polypeptides that are made by the pituitary gland and part of our central nervous system. Endorphins primarily help, one, deal with stress, reduce feelings of pain. The pleasure effect associated with endorphins is partly related to increased dopamine production that occurs due to endorphin activity. Zeph, did you know that endorphins naturally enhance our reward circuits? Why is that important? Since humans naturally seek to increase pleasure and avoid pain, dog ownership clearly makes sense. More endorphins, less pain, greater reward. Thanks, Fido. Another big factor that affects our health with dog ownership is oxytocin. You may have heard of it as the love hormone, but what is oxytocin? Oxytocin is a hormone that's secreted by the pituitary, a little pea-sized organ in our brain. Every time you gaze lovingly into your dog's eyes, oxytocin is released. How did they study this? They actually measured pupil size in both dogs and in humans, which reflected increased levels of oxytocin in our urine. Who knew? Here's one for you. Dog ownership has a profound effect on our cortisol levels. If cortisol doesn't really make sense to you, let me break it down. Cortisol is a stress hormone. You know the whole flight or fight idea? That's cortisol. So when we have increased levels of cortisol for whatever reason, we're having inflammation, we're having stress in our body. Owning a dog reduces cortisol, which improves our overall health. Dog ownership and cortisol levels are so importantly tied into our immune system. Reduced cortisol, improved immune system.
Over.
Good news, dogs and cats are equally as beneficial. And other animals like birds and fish have proven to be helpful as well. Interestingly, horses have a really positive effect on our overall health because there's something about taking control of such a large animal. So I wish I could write a prescription for you to get a pet right now, but that's up to you. Has owning a pet made you feel a little bit better? Please share your thoughts and comments below.